Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your reading for the week ahead. So first off, Merry Christmas to you. We start with the Two of Cups, the Lord of Love. The Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Venus being your ruling sign seems a perfect place to start. All about beauty, all about love, as I say, but particularly about relationships, what we give and receive. Obviously, this is the season of giving. So really luxuriating and enjoying that sense. Real call for you to be generous, not only of presence in a material way, but also generous of spirit. How can we be giving? Because as we know in life, the more we give, the more that we receive. But you're certainly feeling this way. Really, really good time to be cultivating your close relationships, your familial relationships, your platonic relationships, allowing that to really be the focus, that to be where you feel this sense of beauty within your life. After that, we have the Page of Cups. So this in combination feels like a very, very similar energy, really kind of emphasizing this sense of giving, particularly with the cup being the emotional self, the emotional realm, the heart-led generosity too. But it's also a reminder, something that perhaps doesn't necessarily always come naturally to Taurians, is a sense of playfulness, a sense of kind of being a bit daft. Now, this could be as simple as get the table games out at Christmas, have some fun, have some play, have some enjoyment. But bringing that through in a general sense, it's kind of not to take things too seriously. Again, we've got the Devil card here in your third card, and I'll talk about that card a little bit in a moment. But anytime that you're finding things are getting a bit hairy, a bit serious, a bit kind of heavy, it's a reminder, playfulness and fun. This isn't necessarily about being a jester or being foolish, but it is keeping a lightness, keeping a sense of humor throughout all things. One of my favorite quotes from from Judi Dench is, take your work seriously, but never yourself. So a question for you to reflect on this week is, are you taking yourself too seriously? Now, as we know, family get-togethers or Christmas get-togethers can sometimes bring out the worst in people, hence the devil side. So anytime that happens, can we bring a sense of compassion? Can we bring a sense of love? Can we be, well, I suppose in some ways, can we be the jester? You know, the jester was unique in the fact that he was the only character that could poke fun at royalty and get away with it, was able to say things that otherwise would have been seen as what's the word? Heresy. That's what I was looking for. I was going to say hypocrisy. That is not right. It's heresy. But there is a bit of a fine balance here. It's like, don't just feel that it's your responsibility to poke fun at things. So keep a slight sense of discernment here. It's not about trying to lighten the mood at all times, especially at the expense of others. But just when those things get a bit serious or get a bit heavy, just kind of brush it off, stay light, stay playful, stay fun, and that should kind of steady the course. A thing that I've been saying, because the devil appeared, I believe, in Leo or something like that this week. But what I said to them is something I'll say to you, Taurus, and is perhaps a little bit more applicable to, just because Taurus is an earth sign and can enjoy beauty through material worlds, is just is a gentle reminder that the festive break and Christmas period shouldn't just be about material things. This Two of Cups energy will really help guard you against that. What is actually of value, what is actually of worth, and arguably that is about the relationships that we have in our life, not the things that we own. So it's just a gentle reminder of that too. You've got the Justice card here as well, right next to the devil, and there's obviously some overlaps, particularly with the way that they're sat. So you may find that you want to be judge, jury, and executioner. So again, slightly reminding you, are you coming at things with love? Are you coming at things in a heartfelt way, or are you coming at things with a mind way, with a critical thinking, with judgment? If so, is that particularly useful? Is that particularly conducive? You may find at particular times, I can hear these words, that's not fair, in a particularly kind of toddler way. So you may find that there's certain things that brush against your ethical and moral code. It's not to say dispel all of that, but it is to say um, don't necessarily try and kind of lay the law down, particularly when it comes to dynamics between other people. Perhaps more useful just to sit back, to observe, just to kind of not get involved in any dramas that might rear their heads, particularly with the devil card. So you can just, there's a want sometimes with the justice. Again, interestingly enough, is ruled by Venus. So it is a kind of heart-led thing, but can sometimes want to bring down that sword of justice in a very kind of disciplinary way. And I don't necessarily feel that that's the best approach right now. Your final card is the Wheel of Fortune. There's a couple of things I want to say on this. There is a distinct overlap. You've got the Justice card here, and then you've got the Sphinx, as you can just see, with the sword being held aloft. Every time that I see these cards in combination, it does talk about the higher aspects of the mind. So although we've spoken here a little bit about leading from the heart, and that's absolutely right, when it comes to what's coming up next and future plans and future ideas, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the change card. So it is rolling with the punches, or allowing change to happen, going with the flow. That's really essential here. And again, I think this is something that I said to Aries, of like not trying to hold on to things as they are, but rather allowing things to unfold in their own natural and beautiful way. But also the fact that we have the swords twice, the Sphinx in mythological sense is the keeper of secrets. He is obviously the one to Oedipus that set the riddles. So here it might be about higher learning. So one of the themes that you really might want to explore, Taurus, for your 2025 is, what do I want to learn? What do I continue wanting to learn? Is that about doing a course? Is that about expertise? Is that about digging deeper into a subject that I've really wanted to know about? Is that about learning a new language? Whatever it might be, but I feel that the expansion of the mind through learning could be really, really invaluable here. So is this a bit of a prompt to sign up to that course that you've always been thinking about? Maybe my psychic development course that starts in January, nice plug, or just anything in general where it's been an area of interest for a while, but it's been perhaps mothballed, or you've put it on delay. This feels like a real, if there are any New Year's resolutions, I don't particularly like that word, but if there are, look at actually, okay, what is going to expand my mind, what is going to expand my wisdom and knowledge, because they're certainly the places to be putting your efforts. And again, with the Wheel of Fortune, just accepting that things do go up, they do go down, not trying to control anything too much. Again, sometimes the kind of thing that trips Taurus up is wanting things to remain the same. Not always great with change. So it's the more that you can be an agent for change, the more that you can accept change and go with the flow, the better. So not moving into 2025 with a sense of trepidation, but rather, well, if something new's around the corner, then great, I accept it, I welcome it. And particularly if there are moments where you're feeling perhaps a little bit stuck or a bit frustrated or a bit stagnated, again, this may be a promise of, well, times are changing. Again, if we find ourselves at the bottom of the wheel, we're soon going to go up. And if we're at the top of the wheel, it's also accepting that we may have to shift and change from that position and that place too. The Wheel of Fortune links very closely with the World card, as we have the 4 apostles and the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac in the corner. So this is about all aspects of life. And again, it's a bit of a reminder of there's lots that you've accomplished, a lot you've achieved within this year. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. And also just a reminder is, are those 4 aspects of ourselves in balance? Is the earth, air, fire, and water aspects of ourselves in balance? So our emotions, our actions, our decisions, and what we are producing and making abundant, are these in equal measure? And if not, how can I bring that slightly more into balance? If you want a more rounded reading, I would highly recommend going to check out your ascendant sign and your moon sign, or your sun sign. And yeah, that will just give you more of a sense of what to look forward to the week ahead. But until next week, have a wonderful, wonderful festive break, and see you then. Bye for now.